Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here and welcome to another Arsenal Let's Play, and today we've got a monthly squad update with the training and that, and I'm going to try and do a few more of these things like update you with the training reports, who's doing well. I suppose I was a bit lucky, this just landed on this part was doing a video. That's why I said I want to do like every single match, and then you can see all of these little things that you probably wouldn't see if I like skip a month or two. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that, and I'll show things that I think you might enjoy. As you can see, Wojciech Szczesny, he's a 5-star report, one of the best keepers in the game, no doubt. More so to me because of his aerial ability, commanding of the area, and also his communication. I find that very important. Yeah, there's not much other good keepers that are this high in those top 3 attributes there. So that's definitely his key attribute, and his pace as well. He's got 17 agility and 13 pace, and 17 strength as well. He's a very physical keeper, and yeah, he's only 24. That's still fairly young in keeper terms. Like, he's still going to be our keeper for so long to come. Anyway, let's go back and see the next guy, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm finding it hard to play him because I've got other options, but he can play centre mid and left mid as well, so I might try and fit him into the team. I'm sure he can fit in with that, and he's gone up to 17 pace now, improving very well. And yeah, like, I'm really happy with the comments I'm getting for my Arsenal Let's Play. Like, this is definitely, I've seen people say this is my best series, and at least people who like Football Manager, they'll think it is, because I enjoyed playing it the most, no doubt. So you're going to see this heaps. As I said, like, maybe I'll try and do upload 2 within 24 hours. But yeah, we got this other guy, Henrique Firmino. We signed him from Real Madrid. The second Portuguese centre defensive mid, or centre mid, just depends where it depends how his attributes grow, if he's going to be a defensive mid or attacking mid. But with 5 finishing and 6 dribbling, it's no doubt he'd probably be more defensive, but he's got 16 crossing as well. But that's a bit weird. That's the thing to me with regions, they don't really add up, because yeah, like, you wouldn't see a defensive mid with 16 crossing, would you? Because they don't cross, at least more often than not they wouldn't. And also, at least we have a backup keeper coming through for Szczesny if he gets injured or any other reason. Maybe we get an amazing offer, but Harvey Darby, he's a good future potential. Already has 16 one-on-ones, no doubt that's going to be a 20. And yeah, he's going to be our backup player for Szczesny pretty much, unless something else happens. You know, we've got some options. Ter Stegen running out of his contract, hopefully, and I made him unsettled as well, so that could be an amazing signing. Ter Stegen, probably the best keeper in the game, people say, but Szczesny, I like his attributes. If I go to Ter Stegen, I'll just go in the search here. And also, for people wondering, they say that the screen or the gameplay recording is too small or something. That's just how it looks on my screen. So I know on the YouTube play it looks obviously smaller, but if you watch in full screen, it looks exactly like I'm playing it. So full screen in HD, yeah, it looks perfect. So I'll try and leave those in the annotations to watch in full screen in HD, but sometimes I forget. But here you can say, look at this. He requested to be transfer listed, and he's leaving on a free transfer. So I'm just always going to keep checking if other teams are interested, but they're not. So that's very good. So I'll just leave that, and hopefully no one buys him in January. If you've seen his information, he wants to move to a bigger club, obviously being Arsenal, bigger club right here, and he'll be an amazing keeper to sign on a free transfer. Actually, I've seen, when I did a simulate career like 5 or 6 seasons in, I've seen him gone on a free transfer before. So yeah, that's something I like to do. I showed the tips in my previous video, how to make them unsettled with players running out their contract in the next season, so go back and watch those. But yeah, it's pretty easy. You search for the players that are running out of contract, then you just say you want them pretty much, so it's fairly easy. But before they offer a new contract, so very early in the season, like you see I am now. So yeah, that's my tip for that. It's fairly easy. You just go to see the players that are running out the contract in the next year, and then just say you want them. And yeah, more often than not, at least if you're a big team, it makes them unsettled. If you're a smaller team, I suppose try and say that to players that are realistic signings for you. But David E. Santon here, becoming into one of the better fullbacks in the game, can play on the left side, on the right side, which makes him even better in that. We've got this other guy, Stuart Warren. He's a big one or not a big one, he's an interesting one for me, because he's only a 2-star report, but if I go to information, he's dubbed the new David Platt, obviously assistant coach at Manchester City, or just a coach. But anyway, yeah, he's just a coach there. And I don't see the potential in him. I'm not sure about, maybe I'm just not seeing it. I suppose he's got a bit of pace, he's very speedy, but everything else doesn't really impress me. For a centre mid, tackling only 5, marking only 4, and he isn't great attacking, with 5 crossing, 2 dribbling, and 3 finishing, so I'm not sure about that. Obviously, his first touch is going to be really good, I suppose up to 18 or 19 at his peak, but yeah, I don't see what's so good about him. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, I don't see what's so good about him, if you ask me, but he seems to have good potential for whatever reason. Here's one guy here, Reece McCabe. He's from Scotland, I believe, if you check that out right there, and I'm not sure if he's in the first team. If you can see him in there, I'm not sure. Let's see Tom Carney. He's a guy who did well in the Premier League, I believe, with Hull City. He started there, and obviously when they went back to the Championship, he's been a very consistent player. He's a good signing for maybe a lower Premier League team. If you can sign him up for fairly cheap, he's definitely a good centre mid. He's someone I would sign for a mid-table team even. He's a very good prospect. And yeah, Scotland, they've got a lot of those short passes. Like, they're very good passing. James MacArthur as well. Reece McCabe, as you can see, passing 16, composure 16. And yeah, they're very solid players in their role. They're not amazing players overall, but they're just very good with the ball, very good technically with the passes, and yeah, they're very good in that. So, but now we've got a very important match against Atletico Madrid. Obviously, we signed Falcao from them, so they don't have him anymore. But they are first in the league, and we're only second because of the draw we had with Werder Bremen in the first game week. In the first match day, so that was disappointing, but look how much injuries and ineligible players they have. I'll do it by position because I was checking like the most valuable players. Look, their keepers, they got injury to Joel Asenio listed. They got Sergio Romero, not amazing keeper. Leandro Cabrera, he's injured as a centre back, and they got a couple. Aitor, of course, that's a good move by me, because Aitor can't play for them in the Champions League. So that's one good centre-back they don't have, and plus another one being injured. So, and the other guy, Leandro Cabrera, is he's actually a solid player, or maybe a couple of years ago he was like a potential prospect, but he's still young. I suppose he's a decent player, but not amazing, of course. Because I just remember him in like Football Manager, like 2009 or something, when he was like an 18 or 19-year-old. He had good potential, and that's where my thoughts of that are coming through. And in attack, they've got quite a few injured players. They've got Christian Benitez, a very good striker, and Adrian, another striker, and Pizzi, and Raul Garcia. So that's a lot of players, but they signed Willian. This guy got my Southampton career, so no doubt he's a very good player. Where is he right now? At Shakhtar. And then he moved to Atletico Madrid. So he's a very good player. He dominated in Shakhtar. So got to watch out for him. Very tricky player with the dribble and all that kind of thing. And yeah, they got their striker they're playing is Diego Costa. So he's not amazing striker, but yeah, he's solid. He's got pace, off the ball, very good, okay finishing. So we'll definitely have to watch out for him. But he isn't amazing compared to the other players they could play there, like Christian Benitez. Obviously, will be the starting striker, as you can see, beast. But anyway, we'll set up my team and see how we can go with that. And leave your comments if you'd like me showing all this stuff. Very unique to other Football Manager YouTubers, if you ask me. No one really does this, because I'm going to put out heaps of content. And hopefully you do enjoy this, not like rushing through a season. And yeah, obviously taking my time, showing you a lot of content within it. But anyway, putting Garmash in, I'll show you how he looks. And again, if you want to see the attributes more clearly, go on full screen, put HD, and you can see how it exactly looks to me right here. And yeah, the reason it doesn't look big because I've got like a wide screen, and so yeah, that's why. Anyway, Falcao, I'm not sure how he's going to go against his old team. Should I play him or Walcott? Let's see their reactions. Walcott, he's pleased with Steve's bold ambition. Oh yeah, I just let my assistant do the team talks, or the whatever they're called, the press conferences. Yeah, I just leave it for that. Santon, Andre Ayew, let's give Andre a chance in the left mid for Pablo Sarabia. Got to give him a rest. He's been playing heaps of matches lately. Jack Wilshere, giving him a rest as well. Anyone here? Harvey Darby? Not really. Oxlade-Chamberlain, again, a guy I want to give a chance. Might take Wilshere out. He needs a rest, no doubt. Koscielny, let's bring him for Korchia, more defensive option. Are we playing away or at home? We're playing at home, but I do want to be good defensively. Walcott, I don't know who to choose, Walcott or... I'm going to put Walcott out wide for Chiletto. Got to go for attack. because I thought it that way. If we put the more defensive option in the fullback, then we go attacking with the right mid, that will go better. Because, you know, Shaleto, he's a more defensive option. Even though the arrows are down, if you go to the team here, I'll show you the attacking is on 20. So the arrows are all down, but we're attacking full. And it's kind of hard to say because I made this tactic in Football Manager 2008 when obviously I was younger and I just was experimenting with tactics. I thought, why don't I just put all these arrows down and then just go full attacking and see. I just experimented with that. Like I kind of didn't know what I was doing, and then somehow I thought I was a genius and I thought I was the best at the game because I come up with this super tactic. But anyway, moving on from that, Per Mertesacker, he's been amazing. I'm going to have to leave him on. He's been too good. I don't know. No, Varane, he's less experienced. I put him on the right side. But actually, Vermaelen, that's where he's been winning the headers from that position. So I'm not going to change it up. Just going to leave him there. And hopefully he does win that. Bringing our captain, Vermaelen, back in. But he hasn't been amazing lately. So that's something I have to think about. Honda hasn't been amazing, but I have to give him the chance. Tater, he, in fact, has been amazing. I've shown you heaps of times, but I don't know. I just see him as a future player for us. Still only 22, still a bit room to grow, but obviously he won't increase too much more. But he's a solid. But to me, he doesn't look like a world class player, but he's a player that does the job. If you see his history right now, first season he starts at Bologna, but then we signed him. Of course, after he won that major competition, like that award, if I go to wherever it is, biography, it should say in his here, the 2 winners medals. He won that, whatever it's called, Toulon tournament 2015, but obviously it was the one before that. See, they win there in 2013. French. Actually, let's check out some French young players who they've got here. The under-20 squad. Anyone really amazing? Obviously, Mbai Niang. He's the man. On loan from AC Milan, and no doubt he's a future potential player. I'm not sure if I should sign him because we've already got those prospects, but obviously he's a real player compared to my regens. I'm guessing this guy's a regen. Haven't heard of him before. Yeah, he is. But again, nothing amazing. He looks a bit weird as well. Lenny Nunez. He's obviously a real player as well. Where is he now? Yeah, he's at this other team. He's an okay player, but again, he's one of those younger players with potential, but I don't know. I don't see him being amazing, but that's just me. Didier Diawara, 16-year-old, and already in this team here. He could be decent. I might have to... Yeah, I don't like searching for scouts now. I just do it off screen because it takes so much time for me to find the best options and that kind of thing. Abdullah Hussein, again, I could go through these forever. Wada as well. He's an older player, but a regen as well. A 21-year-old regen. That's surprising. He's pacey as well, but again, I don't really sign regens this way. I just go through it my own way of signing players. But anyway, yeah, he won this competition here. And he won the Premier League Young Player of the Month on 2 occasions. Obviously, this competition, whatever it is... Oh, yeah, that was the last season. Atabia, who won it this year? Obviously, I signed Tater because of... he won against Carlos Fierro and Lucas Digne. But then, Yassine Benzia, he won it. And who's this guy here? Maga Mangetuka. Is he decent? Yeah, he's a decent player, but doesn't... I suppose he's okay. At least add him to the shortlist. Already got the scout report on him. And Yassine Benzia. No doubt he's an amazing striker in the game. Add him to the short list as well, even though we don't need a striker, but we do maybe need... Because I don't like having so much regens. I like having real players, and Benzia, no doubt, he's a beast player. And as you can see, he just scores goals everywhere. The first couple of seasons is where he grows. In the third season is where he comes of age, and he scored 5 goals in 4 matches so far. So he could be a very good signing if you can make a move for him, maybe before his value gets too high. So leave your comments if you think I should sign Benzia. But we do have 3 good strikers already in Walcott, Falcao, and Lucina Traore. But we do have options coming through. Okay, I'm taking a while to get into the match, but some people said they like seeing all this information about my players. We've got Adam Campbell as well, but obviously comparing him to Benzia just knocks him out of the ballpark. I might sell him to make the profit on Adam Campbell. Obviously signed him on approach to sign in the first season from Newcastle United. We've got Chuba Akpom as well. He starts at us, obviously. He's got the 4-star report, but mentally probably not good enough. Probably make the profit on him. But he develops... At least you can make money off him. That's at least a good sign. Anyone else in the reserves? Joel Campbell and Wellington Silva. I'm not really sure. Joel Campbell, he's decent. He's doing well so far. 2 goals in 3 appearances. Coming of age, I suppose you could say. He's a bit of strength and a bit of pace as well. I don't know. Do you think we should give him a chance? But his finishing is probably not good enough. He probably needs to improve more. He's been in Spain for quite some time now to get the work permit. I believe he would have it by now if you check it out. Where are we? Are you going to have to go to nationalities? And yeah, he's just awaiting paperwork. So eventually he's going to get that work permit after like 4 seasons or 5 seasons of being in Spain. But he's actually played so much games for his country. He's got almost 40 games now, 40 caps, and he's only 22. So no doubt he's going to be at least a good player in like for his national team. But I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough for Arsenal. Leave your comments as well. I suppose it's how well he does, but they're not even in Liga BBVA. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough for our level when we have guys coming through. Who else do we have? Look at all. We got Enson Dioro. Look at this guy right here, 20 years of age, beast player. Continental as well. He's been doing well for Wolfsburg. A very good prospect coming through, but probably the best prospect we have right now, Eduardo Rocha. He can play on the wings. He can play as striker, but look how amazing he is for a 19-year-old. The next Ronaldo, at least for Portugal, I suppose, apart from the physical attributes, but with his technical at least. And then Nathaniel Mas, the guy we signed out of nowhere. He had no team, and he's decent. Like, I'm not sure if he'll be amazing or not. You just got to see. He's on loan at Nancy right now, Nancy Lorraine. First season we sent him out on loan to Barnsley in the League One. He did solidly, but now into a bigger league in League One, the French First League. But yeah, you see, we didn't get him in the youth intake. I just found him without a club, with randomly searching for Mass, or I can't even remember what I searched for, and he just appeared. Just like sometimes you get lucky with that. So they're all strikers, and also Yannick Gaul, who Manchester City try and sign. So I saw Manchester City were trying to sign him, so I picked him up. So yeah, we have heaps of prospects coming through. This video is going to be a bit longer because I'm showing you all these things, but again, all these prospects coming through. Eddie Williams, he was touted as the next Michael Owen, I believe, but I'm not sure if it says it anymore. Yeah, it doesn't, but it did when I signed him from Southampton. But technically, he's not good enough, but he did have that potential. 5-star report, as you can see, so no doubt he has potential to grow. And yeah, we just have heaps of options right here. Zeke Campbell as well. He's like one of those Oxlade-Chamberlain, Walcott similar types with a bit of pace, and yeah, he's going to be a type like that, hopefully, anyway. And I'll finish off with my last prospect for a striker. You can see we have heaps. Liam Rees, obviously our key player coming through last season, but I'll leave it at that for now because I probably talked about it a bit too much, but people, they said they like seeing that, and I'll leave that at there. Like I said, talked about Tater being a beast, winning that competition, and yeah, they're all good players, but I think I should get into the match now. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy seeing all that off-field stuff, because that's what Football Manager is based around. It's more in-depth. If I just did what I do in FIFA and show the matches, it will be the same sort of. So I want to show, but they signed Isco. Oh, definitely, he's a beast player a couple years in as a 22-year-old. Look how good he is. Definitely reminiscent of a David Silva. Yeah, he's just a beast with passing. Amazing player. No doubt he's rumoured to sign for teams like Real Madrid in real life. Yeah, leave your comments who you think he's going to sign for in real life, what he's most likely going to sign for. I'm not really sure. But who knows? If he goes to Real Madrid, wouldn't he sit on the bench more? I'm not really sure about that. But anyway, you're going to have to tight mark him. He's too amazing in the game to not tight mark him and close down and show him onto his weaker foot. Why am I doing this on Sergio Romero? Tackling him hard. Tackle the goalkeeper hard. I'm not going to tackle the goalkeeper. And actually, they're playing Asenio, who was transfer listed. He's another one. A couple years ago in Football Manager, he was a good prospect. But yeah, he hasn't really lived up to his expectations. But he's been a decent player, I suppose. Anyway, but he's obviously the backup for better goalkeepers in their team. And Willie Ain, obviously going to do all this team, all to the attacking players. This is what you do it. And yeah, I still want to wait till maybe the end of the season to make sure if this tactic is really good, or yeah, I'm not really sure. Murder-Saka, he's on superb morale and 5 goals, been a beast. And Falcao against his old team. I'm going to predict he might, imagine if he scores a hat-trick, but I think he'll at least score 1 goal at least. But we'll see. I know this team talk seems to be not working as good, maybe because I've used it every single time. So leave your comments for other team talks, what is good to do, because I just seem to go with that one and it works okay most of the time. It never really, yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't get bad results, but here Falcao making early impact. Honda had a bad start, but there's an early goal for Kawasuki Honda. Nice appearance. What was that in like 15 seconds, a goal? yeah, it was always going to take Honda to gel with our teammates, so I wasn't expecting to be amazing straight away. But he comes in as that attacking centre mid, and yeah, he did well against Sigriani, and he finished past Asenio, and yeah, I was confident with that because Asenio, he's transfer listed, and obviously his morale will be low, so no doubt he's going to score on that occasion, and we're doing well. A lot of 100% passing, but those players would have had just 1 or 2 or 3 passes so far. That's why it's so high. But anyway, perfect start to this game. To really take their place from the number 1 team in the group stage. And don't forget, we're the reigning Champions League. We've got the crown, we've got the trophy of Champions League. Obviously, Champions League, it's hard to win, especially with Barcelona dominating. The first season we win the final. Second season, again in the final against Barcelona, but on the second occasion we won it. So, seems to be me and Barcelona the big guys right now. So, for whatever reason, we aren't as dominant in the Premier League, at least in the first couple of seasons, even though we won it in the first season, only with 81 points. So 81 points, that's not like a big total, with Manchester City or Manchester United winning in the second season with 86 or 87 or something similar to that. But here, look at that, Mertesacker. Again, he's just an amazing defender. I always say he's the best centre-back in the game, and he's just proving what I'm saying. But Garmash, he's lifting this season as well. Falcao, and he scores that goal, like I said. And Honda getting the assist. Team playing fantastically, but really at home in the Champions League, when another team is coming from another country you really expect to dominate, and especially with our formation and tactic and just our general players we have, they're dominating, and you've got to be happy with the results and the performance. Like, I actually like the performance more than the results. The performance are more important, so I know this tactic is actually good, and it is showing it's good. I developed it to beat Barcelona, and it did in fact do that, but it's showing. It's very well. I didn't develop. It's like I said, the tactic I used in Football Manager 2008 with a slight edit. But anyway, I'll go with calm, and we'll see how this goes. I'll say I kind of just. It says I'm very pleased, but I can't just say I'm pleased. But this one says improvement, assertive. Does that have it? You have played well. It says that or very happy. I don't know. I'll just do calm and just say I'm very pleased. And yeah, that's I don't know why I worry about that too much. It gets a decent result. With Kawasuki Honda and Falcao both getting goals and assists in the first half. So hopefully if we continue, put out a good performance, if we can mirror that performance, score another couple goals to get that goal difference a bit up. And because I do want to come first in the group stage. It allows to hopefully become against an easier team. But just with the draw, you can get it lucky or you can get unlucky, but really we're the Champions League, we're the champions, we're the reigning champions, so we shouldn't really worry about who we play against. We've bet Barcelona, so really we should be able to beat anyone, don't you think, if we can beat Barcelona with Messi, who's an absolute beast in the game. Andre Ayew, his passing percentage is only 68, so that's actually what I judge by substituting player a lot, obviously in terms of their rating as well, and especially if they have a yellow card as well, but he's only got 68 passing accuracy, so I'm going to give Bernard a chance. We've got heaps of those options, and yeah, I'm not sure who else to sub. Kawasuki Honda, he's playing well, so I'm not really sure whether to sub him or not, so maybe give Mertesacker a rest, because I want him to be fit for the next matches, and bring on Rafael Varane, who's a very good young centre-back in the game. Walcott, I think I'll take Walcott off on the right midfield position, and give Oxlade-Chamberlain. Of course, in training, he's been amazing, so he definitely deserves that. If you ask me, as I showed at the start of the video, he improved in training, so that definitely showcases he does it good in training. Like in Football Manager, I've always wondered, like, how do you know who's doing good in training? Like, do you just judge if their attributes are increasing, or... Because obviously, if they're an older player, their attributes aren't going to increase too much. So how do you know if an older player is doing good in training or not doing good in training, apart from the reports you get from your coaches, which is only monthly? So yeah, leave your comments on that. Like, how do you know who's doing well? I think you can check the training performances, but I'm not sure how. I think, like, in the front page thing, you can edit, like, if you want to see the league table or your finances, you can choose one for training performances. I suppose that's the way to do it, I guess. But then Falcao, he finishes with his second, and the assist by Bernard. Very good performance right here. I can't really expect more than this. This is just a fantastic performance. Obviously, you can win like 5-0, like you say, that's amazing performance, but yeah, look at that ball by Bernard. As a striker, that's good in the air. You can't ask for that. Just put it on top of Falcao's head, and he finished it duly. And yeah, you can't expect more than that. And looks like we're going to pick up a comfortable win here at home. And yeah, we really needed that after a really disappointing result against Chelsea. I wanted to go undefeated in the league, but unfortunately it couldn't happen. But that's all forgotten now. picking up a good win. But if we didn't win this match, it could have been a different situation. But really, our team's showing that we can go out and beat teams on most occasions. We dominated the match, and really, with all the injuries they had, I was really expecting that. No less than this performance that you saw today, and I'm very pleased with that. Obviously, most players getting delighted. Falcao, he wasn't delighted, maybe because he bet his old team, who knows, but he got 2 goals, 1 assist, deserving of the Man of the Match award, and yeah, like I said, that's all I can ask for. And that's the thing with this formation. It's very good in attack, but it's very, very good defensively. No shots on target for them, and they dropped from 1st to 3rd. So obviously, Anderlecht, they're like the easy beat in this league, obviously, or in this group, obviously. But Atletico Madrid, with all those injuries, they're gonna sort of become easy beats, as you can see there. And obviously, with no Falcao, they don't really have amazing striking option. Werder Bremen, obviously, we came the draw with them, so. They're probably the next best team as well, but not amazing compared to us. So, let's leave the match from there. Obviously, Falcao, he was amazing in this match, but a lot of other players put in good performances. See some good ratings here, or some good results from other teams. Inter holding Bayern with a late strike by Adriano. He's still there. Oh no, I thought it was the Adriano who used to play for them, the striker. But yeah, anyway, Arnautovic. I'm not sure about him. Like, he scores some goals, but his finishing's only 8. It's not amazing, so I wouldn't sign him because of that reason. Juventus losing against Dynamo Kiev. That's a big one. Let's see how this group is looking with Barcelona in it. Let's check some of the groups, how they're looking right now after 2 games played. Really, this Group A is obviously a battle of 3 teams with Zenit, Inter, and FC Bayern. This one... Group B it's not really amazing. Doesn't have amazing teams in it. Got Lille, Tottenham, Porto, Victoria Plzen, and yeah, not really amazing. Could be a close, but obviously Victoria Plzen is away. They're not as good as the other 3 teams in that league or in that group. But you see here in Group C, Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev, Juve, and Barté. So it's interesting. Like Barté, they're probably the worst team, and yeah, Dynamo Kiev. I would have thought Juventus, but they actually won against Juventus, but it's going to be interesting to see who the 2 teams qualified from that. If Dynamo Kiev does in fact get qualified instead of Juve, but again, that's something you'll see played out in the future. And here, obviously we should really qualify from that. But Atletico Madrid and Werder Bremen, they're decent teams, so you have to play well on your day to beat them. And here, another interesting one, Group E, Shakhtar topping the group. Real Madrid actually lost one. Not sure who that was against, but anyway, there's Panathinaikos and Basel. You think Real Madrid and Shakhtar should really win those, get past those teams. But here, Manchester United, they're given a fairly easy group. Of course they would. But it's interesting. They're all on 3 points. They've all lost a match. They've all won a match. Very interesting. So, but yeah, you think Manchester United should beat those teams fairly easily. Here, again, Man City and Dortmund should be the dominant teams in this group. But Lyon, that's actually a decent... I'm not sure how Lyon are going these days, but anyway, here's a decent group as well. Galatasaray, Leverkusen, AC Milan, and Celtic, some big teams in there, at least big teams in terms of their leagues. Like Galatasaray, obviously one of the best teams in Turkish league, AC Milan, and Celtic as well, but Leverkusen, a very solid German team. So there's going to be some interesting group stage that I'll keep you updated throughout this series. So yeah, leave your comments. There, we pick up a 3-0 win. Let's see the result from the match confidence. And again, I just want to see my summary. Look how confident I am. My position is very secure. My club stature is on good and very good wages. The very good squad harmony. Everything is looking good. Competitions. Let's see what the expectations are. Well, we won last year, but our expectations only reached the semi-final. So I suppose we can do that. We won the Super Cup, and they want us to challenge for the Premier League, which we are doing. They want us to reach the final of the FA Cup, which of course, and the Capital One Cup they don't really care about. So, as you can see, matches lately, unfortunately, the one against Chelsea, a very poor result. But it was only a 1-0 result. So, but when you lose against your rivals, it's always very bad. Now, let's see the transfer. How our fans are happy with our transfer action. And they're not really. They're looking forward to a lot of these younger players. They have to wait and to see how they develop. Especially Tom Cameron as well. We signed him well below his true value, and yeah, he's a very good prospect for us as a centre mid. Shaleto, a very good bargain. well, not really a bargain at 30 million. They say here, although it's still very early in Sheleto's career at the club, it's starting to look like this transfer deal is going to be a marvellous piece of business with his performances and also his attributes as well. He's been very solid in the Premier League, getting above 7 rating, and as you can see, he's very pacey, very good physically, and technically he's okay, not amazing though, but mentally he's very good. He could be a decent player for us in that right midfield position, but of course can be decent as a right back because of his pace and strength. Anyone else doing Salvio really needs to see how he plays a bit more. We let Galindo go on alone. A lot of them, they're happy with how they're gone, especially Honda as well. Obviously, the last match he dominated. Afobe, they're disappointed. Obviously, he was there since his younger days, but obviously, he's not Premier League quality, seriously. So, you have to let him go. He went to Millwall, obviously, a decent team for their league, wherever they are now, I don't know. Galindo, showed that already. Kawasuki Honda, all of that stuff. Giroud, they're disappointed we sold him, but we got a replacement for free in Lassina Traore, who's good enough. So, and he's obviously dominating for Galatasaray. One of the reasons that they're doing very good in the Champions League. Got a goal and 3 assists and 1 man of the match. So he's doing well for them. If you see there. But look, he was okay for us. Obviously, he wasn't amazing, averaging sort of a goal every 2 matches, but no doubt Falcao is the beast. And we replaced him we got Lassina Traore on a free, so I thought we could basically make the profit on that and increase our funds. So, hopefully see that in the bank balance. Falcao, all of this stuff here, title. Well, I thought that said title. But anyway, some of the older players I'm not really interested in. Like I said, pending transfers, training performance. This is how you can see who's doing well in training, but most of the time they're going to be younger players. But interesting, some players here, like these reserve players like Miyachi, Abu Dhabi, Carl Jenkinson, they're doing well in training. So I don't think he's not good enough for my team. So right now he's just wasting away in the reserves. So these are the guys that are doing best in training. Obviously Firmino, well, all those are equal, I believe. I think Abu Dhabi just behind. But anyway, Firmino, he's one guy I showed at the start, but he's definitely doing well in training. Only a 17-year-old. No doubt he could be a future player for us. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll just leave you with our bank balance. 89 million right now. Doing well, in a very healthy position. My board is so happy with me. And that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time with some more episodes in this Arsenal Let's Play.